The end of Module 3, in which we've concentrated on hero myths, is also the end of the first half of our semester together in World Mythology as Literature. In the second half of the semester, one of our topics of conversation will be what we will call modern myths. Contemporary novels, stories, poems, songs, comics, plays, movies, TV shows, or video games with clear connections to ancient myths. That's why we're ending Module 3 by reading Donna Rosenberg's version of Sigurd the Volsung in our textbook World Mythology, as well as a collection of excerpts from her primary source, the Saga of the Volsungs, which I've titled Brynhild Saw the Ring, Recognized It, and Became Pale as Death. You might think you have not heard of it before now, but you have probably read, heard, or watched a version of the story of the Norse Sigurd, or the related tale of the German Siegfried. If you've read Beowulf, for example, you've read a version of the story of Sigurd, which a minstrel sings to entertain the warriors in the mead hall. Or if you've read J.R.R. Tolkien's trilogy of the Lord of the Rings books, or if you've watched Peter Jackson's trilogy of movies adapted from them, you've read or watched a version of at least elements from the story of Sigurd. For a collection of excerpts from Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, please read Seek the Sword That Was Broken and Isildur's Bane. If you've heard Richard Wagner's opera cycle The Ring of the Nibelung, for example, you've heard a version of the tale of Siegfried. Or if you've watched Quentin Tarantino's movie DJANGO Unchained, you've watched a version of at least elements from the tale of Siegfried. For two excerpts from Tarantino's Django Unchained, please read He Walks Through Hellfire Because Broomhilda Is Worth It, and having rescued his Broomhilda from her mountain, her ring of hellfire, and all her dragons. But besides which modern myths they've influenced, what are the differences between the hero myths about Sigurd and Siegfried? To sort them out, let's end this mini lesson with a chart titled Sigurd or Siegfried. Let's start from the top. Well, the myth of Sigurd is Norse, the myth of Siegfried is German. Specifically, the version of the story of Sigurd we'll read was written down by an anonymous author in Iceland. While that Icelandic myth, the Saga of the Volsungs, was written in prose, the German myth, the Lay of the Nibelungs, was written in poetry. While in the Saga of the Volsungs, the hero is named Sigurd and the heroine is named Brynhild, in the Lay of the Nibelungs, the hero is named Siegfried and the heroine is named Brunhilda. For Sigurd, bathing in the blood of a dragon does not grant him near invulnerability. But for Siegfried, bathing in the blood of a dragon does grant near invulnerability. Finally, Brunhild does not give up her immortality for the mortal Sigurd, but Brunhilda does give up her immortality for the mortal Siegfried. But to truly appreciate the power of these myths, as well as their powerful influences on modern myths such as The Lord of the Rings or Django Unchained, let's start our reading.